red treads right here, it makes me proud. If Wilberforce was still around, he should take a bow. Strange as it might seem, strangers say hi in the streets, right here in God's own country.
CULTISH pilot episode written by Michael Mortimer. Fade in, exterior, children of the Orgiastic Comet Commune day. Teepees, tents and yurts sit perfectly arranged into a shoehorn shape over a lush, extensive field. Super, somewhere in Yorkshire. The commune's residents, dressed all in white linens and flowing dresses, happily gather towards the main stage area. On stage sits an ancient red-stained boulder, about the width and height of a Shetland pony with its hooves sawed off. Behind the stage stands an ominous-looking grey barn with the prominent commune symbol and name that children of the Orgiastic Comet hung above the door. Interior, the offering yurt. Eve, 20s, long and wiry with zero smarts, and Bonnie, 20s, curvy with all the smarts, washed down a pair of old ladies' legs standing in a tin bath.
All I'm saying is we've waited years for this opportunity, and today is finally the day. I can't wait to see the look on Abigail's face. Do you know what she said to me? That I wasn't suitable for the further life.
They never.
She did. She said my qualities will be better suited here on Earth.
She didn't.
She did. Just because she's Father Roy's ball scrubber doesn't mean she knows what's good for me.
Bonnie scrubs harder.
Don't forget my vagina.
Both look up. Eve gives the old lady a big smile.
How could we forget your vagina?
Both dunk their sponges and merrily scrub away.
If Father Roy sees how good we do today, maybe, just maybe, we'll get promoted. All I want is to be right in the mix. I've got ideas, Eve. Big ideas. Huge. One day, I'll be an important player in this commune.
I'd love a good privy job. Caleb says it's the best job he's ever had, even better than Father Roy's chief gooch shaver.
Bonnie places a gentle hand on Eve's shoulder.
One day, Eve. One day.
The pair dry the old lady off, dressing her in a beautiful white gown and veil. Their job is done. Bonnie and Eve stand back and admire their work.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Blessed be Shapow.
Bonnie performs a quick symbolic hand gesture to pay homage to Shapow's name being blessed. The left hand makes a fist and the right hand makes a wiggling tail attached to the fist, finished off with a clap of the hands.
Blessed be Shapow.
Eve and the old lady perform the same gesture.
We best be on our way. You don't want to keep your handsome man waiting.
Bonnie hands the old lady a bouquet of wildflowers. Eve begins to cry with joy. Bonnie throws an arm around her.
Our time will come.
Exterior, commune, moments later. Bonnie and Eve walk on either side of the old lady up through the waiting crowd. Grass is happily thrown at the old lady's feet as she walks up the earthy aisle. Waiting for her on stage is her true love. His perfectly groomed greying beard and white linen shine bright in the summer sun. Bonnie and Eve walk past Abigail, 20s, who stands looking bitterly jealous. Her resting bitch face is a permanent fixture to go with her vindictive persona. Bonnie smirks at Abigail's envy as they stop to let the old lady continue up on the stage. The old lady stops opposite her equally old partner and she unveils. Only the boulder stands between them. Behind them, the barn doors fly open to a fanfare of percussion instruments. Its leader, Father Roy, 50s, being escorted by his harem of beautiful, scantily clad young women. If Danny DeVito had a brother, this would be him, but worse. Two women line his path by throwing petals at his feet. His assistant, Lucas, 40s, stern and untrustworthy, walks agitated by the sight of the vast quantity of petals being used. This snivelling rodent of a man takes life way too seriously.
You spent 1 week's budget on these petals.
Father Roy tries to remain alluring for the crowd, but Lucas's ear bashing is pissing him off.
It's once a month, Lucas. Enjoy it.
Father Roy walks on. Lucas stops 2 women and points to the path of petals.
I want them all picked up and preserved for next time.
The women look blankly at him.
For the love of Shapow,
The women perform the gesture.
just pick them up and put them in the baskets. Shoo, shoo.
The women backtrack and pick the petals up. Father Roy greets the appreciative crowd with waves and fist pumps. He walks along the front of the stage, touching the outstretched hands of his adoring female fans who quiver with ecstasy. Father Roy raises his arms and the crowd goes wild.
Today is a very special day. Our magnificent home, the children of the Orgiastic Comet Commune, sends these 2 wondrous old folk into the further life. Blessed be Shapow.
He performs the gesture.
Blessed be Shapow.
Everyone performs the gesture. The old couple kneels and places their heads on the boulder. They smile out towards the crowd. The crowd gormlessly smiles back.
Our saviour, please accept our offering and bless us with good stuff. Corn, it is good. Wheat, it is good also. We've had plenty of both. It is not too much trouble. Send us some salt, some pepper, or even a few chilies to give our smashing meals a good kick. That would be super.
Everyone nods in agreement.
Shapow!
Shapow.
No!
Everyone performs the gesture.
No. We only pay homage to Shapow when...
Shapow.
No!
No. Just let me finish. We only pay homage when it's an intentional direct appreciation for him. Not when his name is said as part of an overall collective statement.
The crowd stares dumbly at him.
We have been through this for years. It's not that difficult, people.
Lucas snakes up beside him.
Stopping all forms of education was a mistake, Father.
Yes, but I was banking on common sense to shine through.
They look at the dopey expressions staring up at them.
Maybe a weekly learning session of some sort. A tiny bit of education.
Father Roy reluctantly nods. Lucas takes a note and slithers away.
Okay, let me start again.
He clears his throat and raises his arms.
Shapow!
Someone at the back of the crowd shouts, Shapow!
Right. Who said that?
He angrily looks over the crowd.
Come on. Who was it? You won't be in trouble. We just to make sure everyone is clear regarding homage.
From the back, an elderly, thin-framed man raises his hand. It's Cuthbert.
Ah, Brother Cuthbert. I might have guessed. How many times do we have to go through this?
Cuthbert shrugs. Father Roy speaks to him like he's a lost dog.
Is Carmel not with you?
Cuthbert shrugs. Father Roy nods at 2 of his guards. They instantly move towards Cuthbert and drag him away.
These lovely men will take you home, Cuthbert. Tell Carmel to come and chat with me.
He turns to Lucas.
This can't continue, you know. I caught him at his first upper ram last night. I'm in 2 minds whether to throw him into the mad pit.
Cuthbert sticks up his middle finger as he's dragged by two guards. Father Roy is clueless as to what it means. The commune has no outside influence, hence things like swearing, technology, and modern goodies are all alien to them.
What is he doing there with his little finger? Where did he learn that from? Is he being sneaking out to this commune again? So help me, Shapow. I'll throw him to the wolves.
Sadly, Father, wolves we don't have. We have plenty of pigs. Will pigs do?
Father Roy reluctantly nods. Lucas takes a note, then observes Cuthbert.
I think he is performing an ancient symbol for farewell.
Oh, super.
Father Roy returns the gesture.
Come on, everyone, bid farewell to Brother Cuthbert.
Everyone happily sticks up their middle finger as they watch Cuthbert being dragged to his tent at the other side of the shoehorn.
Oh, this is taking way too long.
He slams his eyes shut and throws his arms in the air. The crowd focuses back on him.
Just to make certain that everyone knows the rules of our home. Here they are again.
The crowd moans as Lucas turns to a page in his book.
Rule 1, no unauthorized person will leave this commune. We have our emergency seekers who venture out in times of need. Even if a tsunami heads our way, or a fire licks and burns our skin off, we remain here. Rule 2, if we follow the rules, then everyone will go to the further life. Rule 3, only 3 orgies per person are permitted in a single week. And that applies to you, Norma.
Everyone looks at a very old Norma. Lucas slams his book and books away.
A quick note regarding the new opportunity in our community. As you all know, Mother Ruth is to be put down.
We see Mother Ruth, semi-comatose, being propped up by 2 guards.
So a new mother is needed for the committee. If you are interested in the position, please apply via Lucas. You will then form a campaign party and vote will be made. From that vote, 5 lucky women will take part in the 5 stages competition of eating, string, lovemaking, slaughter, and finally the outsider sacrifice finale. Blah, 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 blah.
Bonnie and Abigail's eyes burn with ambition. They throw each other a fake smile.
This is my chance, Eve. I'll make it my quest to become the next mother.
They try to high-five, but it's a mess.
Let the offering begin!
Suddenly, there's a scramble to the front of the stage. Bonnie and Eve rush to join in, pushing through to get to the front.
Oh, look, it's Bonnie and her mule.
Eve looks keenly about the place.
You didn't tell me you had a mule. Where is it? I love a good stroke on a mule.
Abigail gawks at her stupidity.
You're the mule?
Abigail goes with her 2 bitchy friends who finger snap at her jokes. Eve takes it as a compliment.
Wowzers. Thank you, Abigail.
Well, in the ball scrubbing department, I take it?
Not for long. I think Mother Abigail has a nice ring to it.
Well, I think Mother Bonnie sounds like a true leader's name.
I'm literally wazzing my pants thinking about how exciting this campaign is going to be. Mother Bonnie or Mother Abigail, who shall it be? I have an idea for your campaign, signed Bonnie. Vote Bonnie and she'll breastfeed anyone for a week.
Both Bonnie and Abigail wince with disapproval.
I'll work on it.
On stage, 2 guards raise huge wooden mallets, then send them crashing down against the old couple's heads. Skull fragments and brains fly out into the waiting crowd. Like bridesmaids trying to catch the bouquet, they scramble to catch the incoming brain matter. The old lady's brain directly hits Eve in the face and mouth, whilst the old man's hits a rather attractive young fellow, Adam. Eve scrapes the brains off her face and screams with delight. The women surround her and rejoice. Adam's friends lift him and celebrate this great stroke of luck. He looks at Eve with brains hanging from her mouth, then at Bonnie, who glows like an angel as they make sexy eye contact before he's carried away. Bonnie snaps out of it and throws her arms around Eve.
Wowzers. Did you see Adam looking at me like he wanted to smash my lady cabbage in?
Bonnie hides the connection she just had with him and celebrates Eve's look.
You caught it! I'm so happy for you.
Most went right in my mouth. My mouth brains, Bonnie. That's even luckier.
They scream and jump for joy. Abigail and her friends glare at Bonnie.
She thinks she's so special. Well, Girls, we need to find a way to make sure little Miss Perfect Bonnie is somehow banished from this place. Let's get to work.
She cackles and strides away. Exterior commune later. Bonnie and Eve, who still carries the brains in her hand, walk around the commune being congratulated by passers.
You're the talk of the commune, Eve.
I haven't felt this good since I found that baby fox.
Whatever happened to Foxy?
Turns out that Foxy wasn't a flying fox. Flying one.
What do you mean?
You know, some foxes fly, some foxes don't.
Are you getting confused with squirrels?
Eve stops dead.
They're not the same thing, are they?
Bonnie lends Eve a kind hug of support.
We must find members for our campaign, Eve. If I win, then you win. And if you win...
Foxy wins.
Yeah, Foxy wins.
They cheerfully walk on. Interior wellness tent later. Bonnie and Eve enter the wellness tent. At the back, a group of giddy commune folk huddle around Kane, 30s, the cool guy on campus who is showing them something. Bonnie and Eve push through.
Up to your old tricks, I take it, Kane?
Tricks are for magicians.
The group gasps at this new word, magician.
Wowzers. And what is a magician, oh great Kane?
Bonnie nudges her.
Don't encourage him. Just because he sneaks out and explores the forbidden world doesn't mean he's anything special. He's a rule breaker. Rule breakers don't go to the further life.
Bonnie tries to resist, then bites.
Go on then. What's a magician?
A magician is a powerful sorcerer that can conjure items out of nowhere and pull coins from beyond people's ears.
The group gasps in amazement.
What's a sorcerer?
Well, a sorcerer is someone, well, pretty much like a magician, but more powerful. And they wear cloaks and wave wands around, and their leader goes by the name Darren Brown.
The group nod in enthusiastic agreement.
Darren. Who ever heard of a Darren?
I knew a devil once. He died from death. But I never heard of a Darren. Sounds evil.
Evil? Oh, he is.
What's a wand?
Her questions start to grate on Kane.
A wand is a powerful stick, and the sorcerer or magician wields to conjure up their magic and make things disappear.
What, like
Eve.
this one?
Eve waves it about the place. The group screams and runs away.
Just put the stick down, Eve.
Kane pulls a postcard from his bag of wondrous items. He flashes it towards the girls.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
The postcard is a picture of Leeds city centre. Leeds is boldly printed on it.
Oh my. Shapow.
Shapow.
Everyone gestures.
What is this strange world?
Leeds. It's a world with buildings that touch the clouds, where people speak to each other via handheld machines, and they protest in the streets about the things they read on these machines.
Have you been to this Leeds?
Yeah, on my last sneak away, I ventured there. I spoke to an outsider.
Eve squeals with excitement.
Outsider. What did they say?
Well, a man known as Councillor Larry befriended me. We shared a latte and spoke of times past, and later he placed me in a room in a giant building, and he asked questions about our home. How big is it? How many homes do we have? How many people live here?
You didn't tell anything, did you?
By the look on Kane's face, he's told him everything.
No.
Good. Outsiders aren't welcome here. You know this.
You're a man of courage, Brother Kane, and we wish you all the luck of Comet 6-4x5 on your next adventure.
Kind words, Eve, kind words. And if you ever want to come with me on my next voyage, let me know.
Yes!
No, don't try and drag Eve into your evil doings. Anyway, I'm running for the next mother, and I want you in my campaign. I could use a sneaker to sneak around and gather information on the other parties.
Well, a little birdie told me that Abigail is the hot favourite.
You can speak to animals.
What? No.
You just said a little bird told you. That's what you just said.
Yeah, it's a figure of speech.
Can you teach me this figure of speech? There's a woodpecker that wakes me up, and I'd like to ask him to stop because it's getting pretty loud. And there's an otter I know.
Oh, enough. Just ignore everything that I've just said.
Everything.
Well, just the last part.
Enough, ignore everything that I just said part.
Kane takes off, aggravated.
So you'll be in my campaign?
Yes.
Bonnie and Eve watch him leave.
Perfect.
Imagine that, Bonnie, travelling to a new world. Leeds.
No more Leeds talk, Eve. I need you here as my right-hand gal.
Eve looks ambitiously into the distance.
Leeds. Leeds. Leeds.
Bonnie pokes her face.
Eve, you keep saying Leeds. You okay?
Eve snaps out of it and Bonnie throws her arm around her pal.
Our future is bright, Eve. Brighter than our saviour's comet.
You're so smart, Bonnie. Must be all those books you read.
Bonnie slaps her hand across Eve's mouth.
Don't mention the books. If Father Roy ever found out, then I'd be banished. Just because I'm smart doesn't mean I want people to know that. I'll put my smarts to good use and make my way to the top. Now, let us get you ready for tonight's offering after party.
They walk out. Hiding behind some hay bales is Abigail. She has heard everything. Interior, the great barn, night. The celebration is styled similar to a Viking feast. Apart from the food is dire. Just lots of plant-based bland crap. But they do have moonshine and mead. Eve and Adam are seated on opulent thrones looking out at the lively crowd. Adam's best friend, Caleb, 20s, brings him moonshine and plonks himself on the throne arm. Caleb is an imbecile, but a kind-hearted one. He stares mesmerically at Eve.
She's a cracker. An absolute stone-wall smasher.
Adam isn't too sure and gives Eve a friendly smile. Eve smiles back. What looks like a bit of brain is still stuck in between her teeth.
You have a little something stuck in your teeth.
Eve recoils with embarrassment and attempts to rake it out.
Oh dear. You know how sticky brain bits get.
Caleb jumps at the chance to help her.
May I assist the lady with the plucking of the brain bits?
He looks back at Adam, impressed by his gallantry.
Well, thank you, Caleb. Your nails are much longer than mine.
Eve offers her mouth. Caleb's nails are long and filthy, but goes right in without hesitation.
I've just got off work. The orgy tent privy was especially blocked today.
Bonnie arrives with 2 cups of moonshine.
What am I looking at?
Speaking through Caleb's fingers. Bonnie doesn't understand.
Brain bits.
Bonnie bashfully glances at Adam, then back at Eve.
Brain bits. Still. Oh, this is the luckiest day of your life.
Caleb manages to pull the brain bits free.
Got it.
He examines them before eating them himself. Nobody reacts. This gross act is normal in this commune.
Houses. Now you're going to get some luck too.
Caleb stares directly into her eyes.
I hope so.
Eve blushes.
So, Adam, you and Eve are paired for the further life. You must be happy.
I mean, it's not set in stone yet.
It is. They're just finishing it off over there.
A stonemason finishes off the engraving. It reads, Eve and Adam, paired for the further life.
Oh, goody.
Well, if it was up to me, we'd all have multi-pairs.
What, like an orgy?
Well, we are called the children of the Orgiastic Comet.
There's a committee meeting next week for a possible name change.
A name change? What's wrong with the children of the Orgiastic Comet?
I think having children and orgiastic in the same sentence could be seen as upsetting.
To who?
Children?
Well, to me, we will always be the children of the Orgy Comet.
Omar, 20s, a gorgeous specimen of a human, but so narcissistic that he makes Elon Musk appear normal, strides up with his two cronies in tow. Omar slides up next to Bonnie and sniffs her.
Did someone say orgy?
Yeah, that were me.
That killed Omar's mood.
So, my delicious lady Bonnie, when are we gonna grab some corn together?
So the orgy's off then?
Why would anyone have an orgy with the likes of you?
Caleb looks hurt, but Eve perks up.
We, that's who. I would orgy his face off. We all would.
She looks at Bonnie and Adam for support. Reluctantly, they back her up.
Yeah, I would orgy his face too.
His face would be sore from all the orgying.
Caleb's face lights up with pure joy.
Really? You guys would orgy my face off? Promise?
Bonnie and Adam try to remain supportive, but it's just getting weird.
A big fat promise.
Promise.
You hear that, Caleb? Oh, well, we all promise.
Caleb jumps for joy.
My first real proper orgy. I'll pencil that in.
Caleb pulls out a notepad and flicks through it.
You don't have to pencil it in, Caleb. We'll remember, won't we, Bonnie?
Of course. I have the memory of a...
She's stumped.
A goose?
A fire?
Is it a penis?
Quiet, I'm thinking.
A long silence. Bonnie reverts to Eve's suggestion.
A goose. It was a goose.
Eve fist pumps. Caleb looks through his notepad.
Monday is Privy Day. Tuesday is Privy Day. Wednesday is Privy Day. Thursday is Privy Day. Friday is Privy Day. Saturday, that's Privy Day. Sunday is Privy Day. How about Monday?
I thought that was Privy Day.
That's the beauty of it. We can do it between privy work.
Eve jumps up and throws her arms around Caleb.
Oh, I'm turned on already.
Bonnie and Adam cheer with the tiniest amount of energy. Oh, looks them all up and down and scoffs.
Yeah, well, my boys and I are having our own orgy on Monday. Isn't that right, boys?
His friends look terrified.
Just you and your two friends, is it?
It's a threesome, not an orgy.
Omar looks to Bonnie for help.
Bonnie, care to join my orgy?
Oi! Don't be stealing 1/6 of my orgy.
The maths doesn't add up, but nobody corrects him. Abigail and her two friends walk up.
Hi, Adam.
Her flirtation doesn't impress him.
Bonnie, I hear you've recruited Kane for your little party. Such fun. Well, I wish you all three the best.
Not three. Adam and Caleb have also joined.
Did we?
Yes.
So cute. Such a shame, Adam. I would have certainly given you a special job in my party.
Abigail, I'm having a few people around my yurt on Monday for an orgy. Fancy it? If you say yes, I'll join your party.
After last time?
Omar recoils in horror at what she's about to reveal.
Last time? Oh, when I gave you hours of my rock-hard penis?
He high-fives his friends.
No. When your penis looked like a sad, droopy courgette. So the girls and I had to les each other off. I mean, vaginas are great.
Her friends nod enthusiastically.
But in an orgy, we prefer our courgettes thick, hard, and ones that don't sob for 2 hours whilst watching women eat others' cress.
Omar is on the verge of tears and runs away.
Now, if Adam was having an orgy, we girls would gladly come. Tell me, Adam, do you enjoy watching girls eat others' cress?
Sorry, but I don't do orgies.
What?
Adam eyeballs Caleb to get him to shut up. Caleb whips out his notepad.
Monday, orgy with Eve, Bonnie and Adam. It's right there. We've just arranged it. You have the memory of a goose.
Monday? I think I'm free for that. Anyway, 4 people don't make an orgy, but little old me will. Bye for now.
She skips away with her friends as Adam slaps Caleb around the head.
Why'd you say that?
She asked.
I don't even like having to share the same commune as her. Never mind sharing a cress.
I'll eat a cress. I love cress. It's great with egg.
When she says cress, she doesn't mean cress.
Eve excitedly jumps up.
I'm not a big fan of cress either, so you can eat mine if you like, Caleb.
Eve, no, it means something else.
Don't worry, Bonnie, I'll let you nibble on my cress too.
Oh, thanks.
Adam stands up and blurts it out.
Cress means vagina.
The entire place falls silent. Adam raises his cup.
And may they grow strong and fertile in the further life. To vaginas!
The vaginas!
Father Roy and Lucas appear at the front of the crowd looking dreadfully concerned.
May I have your attention, please?
The crowd continues to talk.
Cease your mutterings.
The room grinds to a halt. Lucas hands Father Roy a piece of paper.
I have some earnest, concerning news for you. This evening I received a letter from the rulers of the outer world.
He reads.
To whom it may concern, this letter is the final notice regarding illegal trespassing on a recently acquired land by the Leeds City Council. This land will be developed into house, retail, development into 5 Starbucks. We hereby command you vacate said land by no later than 3 months from the date of this letter. If you have any issues with the enforcement, please email us. Or better still, contact us via our trending TikTok account. Yours sincerely, Larry Wortley.
The crowd instantly panic talk. Kane hide behind the barrel.
Surely this is some sort of mistake. We've been here for generations waiting for Shapow.
She performs the gesture.
Shapow!
Everyone performs the gesture.
Still not in the right context, but I'll let it slide this time.
What are we going to do, Father Roy?
Father Roy looks her up and down.
And you are?
Bonnie.
She bows and curtsies all at the same time.
Sorry, I panicked.
Father Roy takes an instant fancy to her.
Well, aren't you a scrumptious little pumpkin?
I performed the washing of the offering today, and my friend Eve caught the bouquet in her face and her mouth. And I will also be running for the new mother position.
Father Roy steps inches away from her face. He licks his lips and raises his eyebrows in a flirtatious manner.
Well, I come to my yurt on Monday for a secret tips for your campaign.
Bonnie tries to hide her disgust.
Monday. This Monday? I can't.
Why ever not?
I'm having an orgy with my party members. Invite only.
Caleb jumps for joy.
Get in!
Let us get back to the matters of the moment, Father Roy.
Okay. Maybe some other time.
He turns back to the crowd.
We, the children of the Orgiastic Comet, will never surrender. We will stay, invite these counselors into our commune, and one by one, they will be offered up as sacrifices. This is our home until we climb onto Comet 6-4 times 5 and fly into the further life with our saviour, blessed be Shapow.
He gestures, but everyone remains silent.
I give up.
Father Roy and Lucas rush out. Interior, the great barn, night. Lucas scurries after Father Roy.
Do you think it wise to sacrifice these outsiders? Wouldn't that bring more to our home?
Without breaking stride,
Go drink some moonshine, Lucas. I'm off to the orgy tent.
Lucas stops and watches Father Roy with disdain. He hatches a plan and mutters quietly to himself.
Such an imbecile. Maybe it is time for a new leader.
A drunk woman passes by.
Are you talking to me?
No, just to myself.
The drunk woman staggers closer.
You were talking to yourself?
Lucas backtracks.
Well, not to myself.
He looks out into the darkness.
To Simon. He just went over there. Bye, Simon.
He waves at the imaginary Simon. The drunk woman stumbles away.
Rancid pig.
The drunk woman appears back over his shoulder.
Talking to me?
Lucas brushes her off and runs away. Interior, great barn, night. Bonnie, Eve, Adam and Caleb sit around looking glum.
What are we going to do, Bonnie? Leeds Council wants our land.
And I think I know why they might have suddenly developed an interest in us.
She snarls at Caleb hiding in the crowd.
But like Father Roy said, if it's a war they want, a war they will get.
She grabs her cup of moonshine and toasts.
To my friends, may we go to the further life in good health and help destroy Leeds City Council for good.
To our orgy that's definitely happening on Monday.
No, it's not.
Eve downs her drink and grabs Caleb's hand.
Shall we dance, good fellow?
We shall, kind lady.
They run into the dance area. The percussion band bursts into life and everyone dances.
Of steps to the side, and it would have been your name on the stone instead of Eve's.
I'm sure you and Eve will have many good times in the further life.
What about until then?
He stares deep into her eyes.
Rules are rules. Adam, we can't dance, drink, an orgy. But we can't be paired.
Bonnie knocks back another moonshine and grabs Adam's hand.
Shall we dance, kind fellow?
Adam knocks back another moonshine.
We shall, kind lady.
They run and join Eve and Caleb in the centre of the lively dance floor. Interior, orgy tent, morning. Bonnie Bonnie prizes one eye open, grabs her throbbing head, and groggily looks about the strange environment. Above the door, a sign reads, Orgy Tent, 5 or more only. She looks under the sheet to see her naked body. To her shock, Eve, Abigail, Cain, and Adam are all asleep, half naked under the sheets. Across the tent sits Cuthbert, semi-naked. He winks and throws her a thumbs up. Bonnie retches into her hands. Next to her, Caleb sits upright and smiles.
Blech. Most people were busy on Monday, so he brought it forward.
He falls back onto the pillow, leaving Bonnie traumatized for life. End of pilot.